everybody, it's Kelsee Briana J, and in today's video, I'm bringing you all a look using primarily Pat McGrath products. Woo, 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 woo. You all know I absolutely love Pat McGrath, and I do mean love Pat McGrath, so I had to sprinkle a little bit of McGrath magic down your timeline. And it took everything in me not to actually go get some spices and do like this for the video. The only reason I didn't is because the floors are freshly vacuumed. Otherwise, just imagine it though. But I'm doing this video in collaboration with 6 beautiful women that you know and love here in the beauty space. I'm doing this collaboration with none other than my best friend, Mel Thompson. You all know and love her. She's always coming through with the newest of the new. Also, I'm doing this collaboration with glam girl Kelsee, who is my soror. Ooh, DST. We also have the beautiful Michelle Wong, the luxury lady. Michelle Wong always is going to come through with something new and high-end. We have Kinky Sweat, aka Miss Sweat if you're nasty, and that's my girl. She is always about that kinky and sweat life. And we have the beautiful Tara Lynn. Her eyes are so hypnotizing. It's like you look at her and it's like, are your eyes real? And last but not least, we have the gorgeous Morgan Turner, whose voice is so soothing. I swear, I would pay her to read bedtime stories to me because I love her voice. It is so unique. Definitely go check out all of these ladies. We are all doing a get ready with me using Pat McGrath products, and we're going to be talking about some of our favorite and a little bit like unfavorite products from the brands. And what's so cool about this collaboration is that we are all going to be featuring a different Pat McGrath palette. So my palette is none other. Like, do you all see this blue goodness? Do you see this? Get into it because I'm going to show you how to do it. But this is my palette. So my focused palette is the first palette, the Subliminal palette. And I know that so many of you all have been asking me to do more tutorials using Pat McGrath palettes. So this was the best way to do it, I feel like, because you're going to get the best of both worlds. Everybody has a different palette. So A to Z, you're going to have your Pat McGrath life covered. I'm so excited to be doing this collaboration with these ladies. They are so amazing, each and every one of them. So definitely go show them some love. Make sure you subscribe to them. Make sure you hit like on their videos. I'm going to make a playlist with all of our videos, and I'm going to title it McGrath Magic, because that is what Pat McGrath is. She is so magical. She has so many amazing products. And we definitely wanted to showcase that because each and every one of us love Pat McGrath and her brand. So shout out to Morgan Turner. She reached out to me in Kinky Sweat initially, and from there it just grew. So I hope that you all enjoy this video. Make sure you watch all the other collaborations. Show everybody some love because you got time. No, I'm just kidding. So I will check you all shortly, and let's get into this get ready with me. Enjoy. So I'm first going to start off with the foundation, and you always want to make sure you shake this foundation up very well because it is a more liquidy type foundation, so you want to make sure that everything is all incorporated. I already have on a little bit of concealer around my brows, and I did blend it out on my forehead. I'm going to start off with 3 pumps. This is a Royal & Langnickel BOM 142 brush. I'm going to start off with this brush and pretty much paint the foundation on. I really like this foundation. I feel like it's super pretty. It gives a really nice finish. I know that it's kind of hit or miss for everyone. Like, some people really love it. Some people are like, I don't know. I think it all comes down to how you like your foundation finish to be. So I think this one is really pretty. It gives me glass skin. So it's like my skin but better, but just with a little bit more coverage than most foundations that have this same consistency give. Plus, I love the color match. This is spot on my color. I'm going to go on initially with the 3 pumps. Give me color, give me coverage, give me beautiful skin. I'm going to go in with just a little bit more because the eye look that I'm going to be doing is very, very bold. So I want to make sure that my skin looks as flawless as possible. So everything just looks super glam. So I'm just patting over the areas where I like to have a little bit more coverage, which is typically my chin and around my mouth and just a little bit on my cheek area. Beautiful. I love the way that my skin looks. I think it looks just fresh. Very springy, very youthful, clear. I love the finish that this foundation gives. I think that everything looks very radiant, and this is without me setting it. So I love the way that this looks on my skin. So for now, I'm going to leave it though. I'm not going to set it just yet. I'm going to move on and do my eyes. But before I do that, I do want to add a little bit of moisture on my lips. So I'm going to go in with my Pat McGrath Lip Balm. This one is called a Lip Fetish Sheer Color Balm, and I have the color Blow Up. So I just need a little bit of some on the lips. It's very sheer, it's very moisturizing. I like this product a lot just for day-to-day things, so I feel like I reference going to the grocery store a lot, so I'm not going to say when I go to the grocery store. I like this for when I go to the post office. Just daily activities where you need something on your lips. And I think that is really pretty, and it makes me happy to pull it out and put it on my lips. I'm like, okay, that's cute. I like it. It's very sheer, but it gives you just a little bit of some extra that a typical lip balm doesn't give. Just a little extra. So now I'm going to move on to my eyes. But before I put on my eyeshadow, I do want to put on a little bit of eye primer. And I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer. So I have this concealer brush that I've had for many moons from Sephora, and I love it to apply my eye primer. This is a step that I typically don't show, but I'm just going to put on a little bit. And this eye primer is very pigmented. A little bit goes a long way. You just need the tiniest amount, and I actually think I put just a little bit too much, but I mix it in a little bit with my concealer that I have underneath my brows, and I typically already have that on, to give this just a little bit more of a tint. And then I make sure that it is evenly applied all across my lid so it's smooth and it creates a really nice, smooth, workable canvas for your eyeshadow. So now let's get into the eyes now that I have them primed. And these are my favorite products that Pat McGrath makes. Hands down, I love the Mothership palettes, and I think that they're just absolutely beautiful works of art. Every single one serves a different purpose. I love all of them in different ways, and my palette is the first one, the Subliminal palette, and I'm so excited to be doing this tutorial because I've used it before on my channel. I did an initial review on it, and you all loved that video, but then I did another eye look after that, and I used this palette, and I promised you all I would do another look using it. So that's what I'm doing today. So number one, Subliminal, let's get into it. This packaging just is inspiring in and of itself. I absolutely adore it. It just brings me great joy to use these palettes because they are just the epitome of luxury. To hold one and to use one is an experience in and of itself. So I'm going to hold this box up over the mirror so I'm not blinding you all. But I'm going to take a fluffy brush. This is the NARS number 42 brush, and I'm going to dip into Ultimate Taupe. So I'm going to take this color above my crease as my transition color. So I'm going in circular motions just to get a basis for my eye look started. This is going to show up a little bit later after we apply everything, and you'll be able to see how this helps us transition into the dramatic color that we're going to put on the lid. So back and forth, I am really taking my time and building up this color because I don't want it to be super heavy. I want it to look like a nice gradient on the lid. So fluffy brush, I'm being light-handed, I'm just picking up just a little bit at a time, and this is pretty much what I want it to look like. So once you have that taupe color nice and blown out, I love it. We're gonna add some drama. So I'm going in with a more tapered blending brush. This one is a Crease Pro brush from Sonia G, and is more compact, so it's gonna bring more drama. And I'm dipping into depth very lightly because these are super pigmented, so go in with a heavy hand, you're going to get a heavy eye. So go in with just a little bit because it's easier to build than it is to take away. Now I'm moving down into the crease, okay? And I am going to begin going back and forth directly in the crease. I'm not taking it up, back and forth right in the crease to build depth on the eye. So this is just going to add a little bit more structure. It's going to bring the drama. So just go back and forth to deposit the color and then gradually go in circular motions, like very short circular motions, to begin to blend it up just a little bit. But we're never going to take it up as far as we took the taupe color. So just a little bit, and then I'm going to dip just a little bit more, and I mean just a little bit more, and add just a little bit right in here. Because we are building our eye shape. We're smoking things. So this is what it's supposed to look like. If I were you, I would not rush through that part because that is the most critical element to having a really nicely blended smoky eye. So make sure you spend time on the front end of the eye look so you're not spending so much time trying to blend it out on the back end. So this part is very important. The next part is very critical to go slowly so you do not overwhelm the eye look. I'm going to go in with the black eyeshadow with the same brush. This one is called Extreme Black, and that it is. So be very, very careful with it. I just gently tapped my brush in there. You should not have enough to have any fallout because you are not putting that much on your brush. So with the same brush, I'm going to take this color right on the outer corner. So on the outer corner, I am tapping this color on, and I'm applying it like a C on the outer portion of my lid, and I'm bringing it up to meet with the crease color. So I'm not taking it in the crease. You can blend it a little bit in the crease when you get there, but first focus on packing on this color on the outer portion of the lid. And then I'm gently dipping just a little bit more and doing the same thing. Now I'm going to lightly feather that into the crease, but initially just get that color on there and then try to go back in and blend it in with the crease. So, boom. So I love the way that this is looking so far. Now I'm going to dip into the color that we've all been waiting for. Blitz Blue. Let's do it. I have a flat shader brush, and I'm going to take this color and pop it on my lid. It's such a yummy color. I love it. So I have this empty space here. I'm just going to tap this color on. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm going to tap it on the lower part of my lid and then gradually build it up to meet the crease. So all this space right here is going to be the blue. Right here on the outer corner, I'm going to tap that blue to meet it with the black. And then I'm going to gradually feather it out to meet the crease. And then I'm going to feather it over to begin to go towards the inner corner, but I'm not going to take it all the way on the inner corner because I am going to put another color there. So you really don't have to build this up too much because it's coming out of the gate cutting up. Look at that. I'm going to go in with just a little bit more, but pretty much it's opaque already. You don't have to spray it. You don't have to manipulate it too much to get it to show up. It's just going to come through and do what it do. I love this. I think we can collectively all get into this blue. I love it. So now I'm going to take a pencil brush. This is a Wayne Goss 05 brush and the color Astral White. I am going to pop this color right on the inner corner and then blend it over so it connects with the blue. And then I'm also going to take this color on the lower lash line, but I'm going to hold off on that because I need to clean this up and get some concealer popping. So let's just tap, tap, tap this on the inner portion on the top first and then get it going. So pretty. That's the McGrath magic that I'm talking about, y'all. Looking at that color in the pan, it looks beautiful, but it doesn't look like it's going to give you all of that oomph like it does. And I adore that from Pat McGrath. Before I finish off my eyes, I do want to go in with the concealer. And this is absolutely one of my favorite products from Pat McGrath. And not only that, this is one of my favorite products in general. This concealer is so beautiful. It gives you such a beautiful finish and it doesn't look heavy, but at the same time, it's full coverage. It's going to give you everything you need to snatch that under eye. And you can also use it on your face. So this concealer is just formulated fantastically. This is what's going to have the look coming all the way together. So I'm just putting a little bit on my forehead just to even out the color because this color is a little bit lighter than my foundation. So I'm just balancing it out, putting a little bit on my chin, blending it. And then let me blend out my under eye. And I like to do this after I do my eyeshadow on my lids because I feel like it helps it get a little bit more clean. And I like to do it before I do my lower lash line because the concealer almost can be a base for the eyeshadow. I just blend it all the way up and I feel like it gives me the most crisp effect. So I love that. And then I'm just blending it out with a beauty blender. And it's just, look at that. Look at that. Gorgeous. Concealer also is my favorite part of my makeup routine. I love everything else, but I feel like concealer just takes your glam to the next level. I feel like I look 1,000 times more polished with concealer than without it. So I have her blurring under eye powder, and I really like the effect that this powder gives, but I don't feel like it holds me. I feel like my under eye creases a little bit more when just using that powder. So I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier translucent powder first and set this. And I like the way that this holds the concealer and it allows my under eye to look so smooth. I love it. Yes. So I'm going to let that bake for a second. And I'm being a little bit more dramatic with my makeup because look at this. This calls for more drama. You got to give the glam. So now let's come back to our lower lash line. So I already put Astral White on the top inner corner, and I do want to go ahead and wrap that around on the lower lash line as well. So I'm going to go in with the same pencil brush and do so. And then I'm going to stop it about here because I want to add other colors along the rest of the lower lash line. Now I have a black eyeliner from Pat. This one is called the Permagel Ultra Glide Eye Pencil in the color Extreme Black. And it is very black when it goes on. So I'm going to use that on my waterline. But the only gripe that I have with this pencil is that I do feel like it disappears throughout the day. And so if you watch my channel, then you'll know I have very watery, very sensitive eyes, so I am very prone to tearing up. So I need something with a little bit more staying power, and I don't feel like this pencil has that. What this pencil does have though is blendability. So I would use this typically for a base. So if I wanted to go on the lower lash line and smudge this out, this does move around, but as far as putting it on my waterline, it doesn't really stay that well. So I like this pencil, but I don't love it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I can't really do that and talk, so hold on. So next up, I'm taking the same pencil brush and I'm taking the color VR Violet, and I want this color on the middle of the lower lash line. I need this compact because I gotta be all up on it. So right here, very carefully, I'm taking this color and going back and forth, connecting it with the color on the inner corner. So I'm gonna wipe off my brush just a little bit, and then I'm gonna go back in with the black. And so very lightly, I'm going to pick up some of that black and I'm going to begin to blend it on the very outer portion of the lower lash line and connect it to the top. You do have to be very careful with this step. Again, for the same reasons that I talked about when you initially applied the black. You got to go in with a light hand and build it up, and then make sure you are connecting and blending everything. It needs to connect to the top and it needs to connect to this color, and don't bring it down too far because then that's when you start getting the raccoon eyes. We want it to look cute and smoky and sexy. I love how that looks, and because I still had a little bit of VR Violet and all that other stuff mixed in, when I dipped back into the black, it kind of mixed it in and it made it look like an inky black, almost navy color. So I think that's really pretty. But I do want to go back over this eyeliner because it does not stay. It's like stay, and it won't stay. It deliberately disobeys me all the time. So let me go back over that. I love the way that this is looking. I do want to put some eyeliner on the top. I no longer have my liquid eyeliner pen from Pat McGrath because it did dry out 2 times. So I just let that one go out of my collection. I was not a fan of that. I did like the formula of it when it worked, but it dried out so fast that I'm like, you're not gonna give me 3 times. So I let that go. And then I'm gonna put on some mascara and some false lashes because I'm extra like that. But I also no longer have the Pat McGrath mascara because that mascara flaked on me so bad. I was not a fan. Plus, it really didn't give me the drama that I was looking for. It was almost like a black lash tint. So there's that. But I'll be right back. So So in that intermission, I went ahead and added on some liner and lashes. These are my favorite lashes by Lily Lashes in the style Miami. I set my entire face with my powder and I bronzed just a little bit. All of the makeup details will be down below because those are non-Pat McGrath products. So now, as you all can see, I do still have a little bit of my translucent powder underneath my eyes, and I'm going to sweep that away with my Pat McGrath pressed powder. So I'm going to take my Sonia G mini cheek brush, and this powder is divine. I love it. It's so smoothing. It creates the prettiest finish, but I don't like it to set my concealer. But I like it for what I'm doing right now. It is a beautiful silky powder. I like it on top just to dust away because it creates this really beautiful veil and it makes your under eyes so smooth. You can go all over your face with it. Like Kinky Sweat actually uses the darker one to bronze it up a little bit. I have not purchased that to try it, but this powder is amazing. I hope she comes out with more colors of this powder because I want to put it all over my face. This one is the medium one and it is so nice and brightening underneath the skin. But do you all see how smooth my under eyes look? That concealer with the powder duo is everything. So now I need to highlight. This is the Sublime Skin Highlighter Trio palette, and I'm just gonna add a tiny bit of a highlighter from here. I'm gonna go in with just a little bit of iridescent pink with the same Sonia G brush. This highlighter palette can be very subtle if you wanted to, if you apply it like how I did, or it can be intense. It depends on the type of brush you use. It depends on how much you pack on, and you can even bump it up even more if you dampen your brush and apply this. It can make it just blinding. So this is a pretty versatile palette, even though the colors are a little bit more funky. And I like that about it. I really love this palette. It's very beautiful. I've used these for a while. I actually had this when they were in the individual pans, and so when she came out with it in a palette, I was like, girl, I thought you said these weren't coming back. But I'm not mad at it. At least more people can enjoy it this way. And then on top of that, I'm going to go on with just a little bit of fine gold, just because I don't want to make this look goldeny that much. I'm just going to top it with that just to give it a little bit more of a pop. I'm going to add on some blush. I'm going to take MAC Gingerly, which is my go-to blush when I do a very bold eye and I don't want it to be pink or I don't want it to be, you know, just super bold. By MAC, I'm so waiting for Pat McGrath to come out with some blushes. I will be waiting at the door. I need to spray a little bit of a mist. I want my skin to be very dewy today. I'm taking this one by Guerlain. And again, another product I'm waiting for from Pat. I need the most decadent setting spray or glowy mist from her. And I just know it's going to be a favorite of mine. I just know it. She's going to go all out with the bottle. I had to put the earrings on. That way you know we are about done. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe off this lip balm. And I'm going to go in with the lip color to finish the look. Lips feel good and moisturized. Yes. I'm going in with one of her lip liners, which I love. And I do mean love her lip liner formula because it's so smooth and it's so creamy. And I think she has great colors. This one is in the color Contour, so I'm going to take that all around town. Yes. This is a great color for me to give my lips definition, but not really be super prominent as a lip liner. So very nice and natural color on me. Now I'm going to go in with my lipstick, and this one is a Luxe Trans lipstick. Love them. I love her matte trans lipstick. I love the component of the lipsticks. I love the formula of her lipsticks. I love the colors that she makes. I think that her lipstick formula is superb. I absolutely adore them. So Madame Grayish is a little bit more of a cooler toned neutral, and I think that will be very fitting with the type of eye look that I created. So it's a little purpley. I think it needed to be a little bit more neutral, so I'm going to dab off just a little bit because I like the vibe that I'm getting with it, but I want it to be just a little bit more neutral. So I'm going to go on top of it with a gloss, and this one is my favorite lip products from her, period. This one is her gloss in the color Faux Real. It is so freaking pretty. pretty. I love this. This is one of my favorite glosses in general, and I wear it all of the time. So, yes, that's what I want. For real comes through, and it for real gives me what I need. All right, guys, so here is the finished look. I love the way that my look turned out, and that is no surprise to me. I know it's no surprise to you because Pat McGrath is the one. She makes so many amazing products, so I'm so excited to be able to give you guys this video in collaboration with so many other fabulous women. So definitely, if you have not subscribed to them, make sure you visit their pages, give them a subscribe, give them a thumbs up, show them some love. We have given you all content, so I hope that you all enjoyed mine. I'm excited that I was able to play with this palette again. It is such a beautiful palette. I love blue. It is so vibrant. It is so queenly. I'm in love with my look. I am in love with this collaboration. It was so fun to do. Thanks again, Morgan, for coming up with this amazing idea for all of us to collaborate, and I am so excited to be a part of this. This is what it's all about, the community, and sharing our love for makeup and all things Pat McGrath. So I hope that you all enjoyed this McGrath magic, and if you recreate my look, let me know. Tag me on the gram, and definitely make sure you tag the other ladies as well. And I will check you all in my very next video, which will be super soon. And until then, the links for the other ladies' videos are in the description box. Smooches! Bye!